Can you share a moment when someone's self-discovery completely changed the way they showed up at work or at home?
Yeah, I'm going to start with an easy one, not a really deep one, because I think that the deep work takes more time and sometimes that feels like too much work, right? But here's one that actually doesn't take that much work, and I do see it across the board because of the clients I work with, they have similar challenges. And the biggest challenge that the leaders that I work with have is that they have too much to do, that they have more to do than they can possibly do. It's just infinite. And so there's a tendency to want to be a good leader and to want to be available to my people and to just try to do everything because that's the only thing you can think of to do. And so that's the way they might live. And then they're lucky enough to get a coach. And the first thing I often have to do is help them set a boundary or take a chunk of time each day to focus on the most important thing that requires thought. 1 hour of deep focus time, or 2 hours if they can get it of deep focus time each day. And so I have some leaders that have embraced it, some leaders that have never been able to make themselves do it, and some leaders that have tried to embrace it, done it a little bit, slipped back, done a little bit, but then eventually embraced it. So what I can say is that what happens uniformly is if they can get a toehold, if they can get a little bit of time to be proactive, and they start seeing the evidence of how everything changes around them, what ends up happening is they start showing up as more organized and calmer, and they're actually thinking that they're making themselves available less to their teams. But the experience that their teams would have had of them before is that they're kind of frenetic
Hmm.
and dropping balls and that they can't really rely on them. And so now they're just always not available from 11 to 1. They're never around from 11 to 1, but the team feels like they can really count on them before 11 or after 1
Hmm.
because they're on top of things. They've answered all their emails. They are 100% attentive. They're not distracted and trying to do five different things when they actually have a meeting with the leader. So it's just getting that time.
Hmm.
And it's night and day with the leaders that just never can make themselves do it. So they never do that one shift. What happens is they don't have time to think about anything in coaching. They often miss coaching appointments and they just never get even a toehold for transformation. So
Hmm.
nothing really ever changes at all. They're still frenzied and disorganized and they may in their minds think about the things that they want to improve, but they never have time to actually reflect on those things or improve on them.
Hmm.
But the ones that get a toehold, they start seeing how things calm down. And I've seen the difference in the energy, the before and after, so they're frenetic, they're stressed. In the calls that we have in the beginning, they start doing this, and then we'll have a call, and it's a purely focused call. They're very present during the call, and we're talking about something strategic, not something tactical, because they have time to think about those strategic things. So that's a huge, huge transformation. And the great thing is that's not one that requires deep, deep, deep work where you unravel, the core
Yeah.
belief systems of your soul. It's just really having the courage to try to chunk out some time for yourself and to be unavailable to people for a certain amount of time, which is setting boundaries so that you can be actually closer and more available to people and more present with people outside those hours.
Wow. It sounds so practical, and it sounds like it's practicing all of the things that are necessary to get to those bigger things later if that's what they want to do. That sounds incredible. All the practice right there.
Yeah, and it is practice, right? So
Yeah.
you can think about it all you want, but you have to practice in order to feel the difference.
Mm.